Um, okay, so now Aleph is derived from its parent root, L. And what's L? L is really the bull combined with the letter Lamed that implies a form of rulership or a governorship, a kind of rulership anyway. So then L is a combination of Aleph and Lamed, making it L. It means a ruler, a strong one, a mighty one, a preponderant one, exalted. And most of all, it's the name of God. It means first, it means a champion. I mean, there's very meanings of L, but it usually signifies, you know, that preponderant strength, masculine energy. Now, when we undergo, remember I told you, okay, Wusi does not have an L. Now, we replace that L with an R. What do you have? Eri. Right? From the concept of Eli, Eri. Now, Eri in Ekewusi language is a bull, guys. It's a bull. It doesn't even change. No joke. Doesn't change. Eri is a bull. Now, it means first, it means a champion, it means a preponderant one, it's stronger, same as the Ivri language. Now, if somebody tells you, like, say, when you win a wrestling match or you win a court case, they'll be like, man, aye ne ritata, meaning you're a bull, you're strong, you're a winner, you know. And that's how, you know how sometimes language, and that's the beauty of language, you know, the accents and how it changes. But the accents, you know, in a way worked against us because they were used to mentally distance us, so that you never think you were Hebrew because you said Eri. You would never connect L and Eri connect together. But that's why I'm here today, because the Abagusii have to wake up. It's important we do. And it's not only Abagusii, because I can't talk about Abagusii. Abagusii didn't exist as a vacuum. We exist, you know, is the beautiful fabric of what the Bantu tribe is, you know, all over the world. Now, I do believe that the Abagusii are the proverbial daughter of the oath, or God is seven. It's just a name given to girls. This name is always given to girls. Elizabeth, Bathsheba, or Sheba. These are names given to women in the Bible because they imply something mighty or powerful about this daughter. So I'm going to show you how. Now remember that Kisis, I firmly believe that Kisis are descendants of Bathsheba. Bathsheba was a Gilonite because her father was a Gilonite, and Gilo was a territory of Judah. So now, there's number one in the Ekewusi, that is the Judite belonging of the Abagusii people, but I'll show you how. Although I do believe that Bathsheba may have been from Gilo in the territory of Judah, but was of a Levitical tribe, because Levites lived on the borders. And what better noble cooperation could there be, or collusion, you know, as when the Leviticals and the Judites might? That's the noble, that's the noble in the priesthood. I mean, that's like super high culture right there. So let's go on. So, who's the daughter of the oath? She's the daughter of God's dispersed people beyond the rivers of Cush. I argue that really, like, most of the countries, like in sub-Saharan Africa, and you know, just right behind the rivers of Cush, guys, is Kenya, right there. So she is the daughter of dispersion or abandonment. Now, Shub or Shuba or Sheba means captivity or abandonment in the Hebrew language. And then you have Zuba in Chinese. It means let's go. So you can let's go. So you can collect together, or you can let's go in terms of abandonment. And the daughter of returning, now when you say Somba, it means to collect together. Soba, to collect together. Now these are different variations of the meaning to collect together. And then soba, even the word soba in English means to collect together from a disoriented state. That's why I put in English words, because if Africa is a mother, we gave the world its language. That's why I put in English here, even though it's not really a Bantu language. So, and the Messiahs have a greeting that says Soba, and they reply Eba, meaning so Shobab, they're returning, and Eba to becoming Hebrew, which is really down there. Eba is spelled E-B-E-R, or Eber, however they pronounce it. So, so I'll show you how the concept of Shuba or Shabbat or Shaba is used in all these names. So now let's talk about how Elizabeth was formed. Elizabeth is a combination of the consonants L and SB or SHB, which is the name El, God, Eli, plus Sabbath, meaning God is seven or God is my oath. You get Elizabeth, and that's the Ivri derivation of the name Elizabeth. However, in Ekerusi, let's see how this name becomes Elizabeth. Now, the name, like we talked about, the name Eri means God, which would be the variation for the name Eli. Now, Mosubati is a daughter. Mo is the prefix for something or someone. Use the suffix subati alone here because Mo is just a prefix to indicate that something or someone has a soul. Now, Eri is God, and then plus Subati, what you get? Eri Subati. Now compare Elizabeth and compare Elizabeth and Eri Subati. No difference at all. In fact, the consonants remain the same. Only where you have in Hebrew you have RS, you have LSB. In Ekeguse it would be RSB. But when they used hieroglyphs, it didn't matter if it was an R or an L, as long as the symbol was seen. A scribe from the Dogon tribe looking at a hieroglyph would know what that meant, because the beauty of Metronome Torah is that it accommodated accents. Accents were not a funny thing like we see today. I mean, anybody who's living in the West knows how. When you talk, people think it's so funny. I mean, they be laughing at all. But, you know, African language had learned to conquer that that border of accent and language using hieroglyphs. Now, let's talk about the name Bathsheba. Now, I'll show you how Bathsheba is produced in Ekewosi. Now, but we have to pig Latinize it, and I'll tell you why. Now, look at this. Now, pig Latin would be an example. For example, the word Latin would become a tinle or tinle. And in Swahili Sheng, when you say Beshtiango, it means my friend. But in pig Latin, would then become Stebenguya. See that? So, Bathsheba, who is the daughter of the oath, is a combination of Bath and Sheba, the prefix Bath, and the suffix Sheba, producing Bathsheba, an agglutination of Bathsheba. Now, if you take the suffix if you take the suffix Sheba and interchange and make it a prefix, and make Bath a suffix, what do you have? You have Sheba Bath. So remember Sheba Bath. But I'm just try and memorize that. So, but I'll show you why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, like we talked about, Musubati's daughter, we're just going to use that suffix that just indicates that it's daughter. That the word. So we'll take the two, the combination. Now this is how Subati is formed. It's you take Suba, which is the consonant SB, plus Bati, and you have Subabati. Okay. Now, because to make talking easy, just like all of us, to shorten it becomes Subati, which is then Musubati. So it's born from the word Suba plus Bati. So now, if you take Subati, Su plus Bati, where you find Subati, if you take Bati you know, the suffix bati and make it a prefix, so it becomes bati, and then su becomes a suffix, it will become batisu, which is really a variation of the name Bathsheba, meaning daughter of opulence. And then take Suba and Bati, Suba Bati, and you do the same thing and interchange it, and you will have Bati Suba. Now, look at the similarity between the Abagusii, Bati Suba, and Bathsheba. So I think it was really a clever scribal way of coding the name Mosubati or Subati. It was coded in a pig Latinized way. I don't know if it was purposely done to hide it. I don't know, or to hide the tribe until such a time as now. I don't know. But now, if you compare Bathsheba and Bathsheba, they're really one name, and the consonants remain the same. So therefore, now remember the original Subabati, and then now we combine with Sheba Bat of the pig Latin for Bathsheba. Look, Subabati, Sheba Bati. Is there any difference? No. It's just a phonetic conversion. There's a variation in an accent. And really, and in my heart of hearts, I believe that Bathsheba, Sheba, Elizabeth are all born from the Abagusii language, and this indicates that we are the daughter of the oath. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need anybody else telling me, because the language doesn't lie. The language doesn't lie, and God doesn't lie. For even just combining the consonants R and SB or L and SB, risubati. When you're talking to somebody, or erusubati, when you're talking to somebody, says yani nara erusubati, meaning a mighty woman, a strong woman, a woman of power. And really, Israel was, the bride of God. Erusubati, that that nation that God had blessed. Erusubati, Elizabeth, daughter of the oath. Now, I argue that, in fact, the name Chebet is a variation of the name Elizabeth, or Sebet. Really, that's really what it is. And I believe that Kibet is a condition of being the daughter, which is Kibet. And again, Dr. Sambu is very instrumental in having influenced me in this area. I mean, he's done tremendous work that I can't even deny, and I'm seeing many other Kenyans like talking about Dr. Sambu. So I'm grateful for people like him.